Hello, internet people and bots. Today I want to talk about attitude shift. I just finished watching the 8 things to sell yourself in the morning. I'm not exactly sure the wording on it, but it was Mel Robbins' podcast. One where she's not interviewing, but just sort of speaking about ways to change your attitude. And basically, what she's talking about is you can have a bad attitude or be in a bad mood for no reason, so why not have a good attitude and be in a good mood for no reason? Um, so, for the last few weeks, and more particularly the last few days, I've really been trying to get into shifting everything around and um, becoming a bit more positive and looking forward to the future instead of getting stuck on past situations and things that have brought me to where I am now. So basically, what's happening with the attitude situation is it might seem obvious, but you can't always rely on the outside for validation. And I think for myself, because I am such a hard worker and I do often define a big part of my personality about being good at whatever job I'm in, even if it's not a very exciting job. Um, I'm a good leader. I always want to do my best. I try to help my coworkers and I try to improve whatever working situation I happen to be in. But not working for so long, I think a lot of the validation that I normally get by being valuable in a workplace situation is not here happening. Even just when I was working in the kitchen back in Canada for those few months as a line chef, I was not making very much money and it wasn't a very glamorous job, but it was just great to actually have a structure to my day and some sort of um, team thing. And I think that's also why I enjoy working in kitchens, because you really do have to work as a team in order for the kitchen to work in a cohesive way. So those are the kind of jobs that I generally gravitate towards, is when I have a team, we have to work together. I think that's also why I enjoyed yachting for the very short period of time that I did. And also why I think a lot of people hate it, because if you have a bad crew, it's horrible because you also live with them. Um, so moving ahead from fear and regret and all the negative things, there was 8 sentences that Mel Robbins says to start your day with. So I'm just gonna go through them, and I love the number 8. So number 1, today is going to be a great day. Um, Now, this could just seem sarcastic, especially if you're not having good days, but something to start your brain off with. Number 2, something cool is going to happen today. This doesn't have to be anything super exciting. I have been thinking a lot about my family, childhood, and stuff. I just randomly ate this orange. It was sort of a mandarin orange. And I got the peel off all in one go. See this? So that's supposed to be good luck. I know it's a small, stupid thing, but I'm going to count that as a something. My grandma used to be really into doing all these good luck, superstitious good luck things, like Japanese superstitions about paper crane folding and oranges. So there you go. Maybe that'll be a new project. I'll do 1,000 paper cranes, and that'll give me good luck for the rest of my life. I think that's how that's supposed to work. I mean, I got nothing but time. Number 3, no matter what happens today, I can handle it. Now, this is definitely true. I'm very good at handling most situations. Um, I think my biggest struggle is when very little happens, like in the last year, where there's been a lot of waiting around and inaction happening. And I think I'm getting into a sort of bad pattern of behavior because things aren't happening, and then I don't have control over a lot of the things, and then I don't do anything because whenever I do, it actually doesn't have any sort of result. So I think, yeah, that's gotta sort of change. But that brings us to our next few sentences. Number 4, an exciting new chapter in my life is starting today. So we're moving forward, kind of self explanatory. Number 5, I need to give myself more credit for how hard I'm trying. So yeah, I mentioned this recently, but I've had a lot of losses. I've had a lot of like should be, will be, are lessons, I guess, for the things that I've been trying to get done. And some of it was just not knowing exactly how to proceed, or bad timing, or just bad luck. And sometimes it just doesn't work out. But I am trying. I'm just failing mostly. But sometimes that's how life goes. Yeah, the credit is for the trying, not for the succeeding in that scenario, just to be clear. Number 6, I'm allowed to be a work in progress. This one I've been hammering on a similar theme the last few days because I do realize that, like I might have said in the past, I'm sort of trying to climb out of this pit, muddy pit of horror, which is my current career situation. But I'm trying to now separate that little compartment of my personality to not my entire essence. Just because I can't make money, or I don't have like a job right now, doesn't mean I am worthless. So we're working on that. Number 7, if I keep showing up, life will reward me. So we're just going to keep going. We got to keep moving forward. I'm making new plans. I'm trying to plan for the future, making goals, next 10-year goals, because the next year there's a very good chance this immigration stuff is still going to be where it is. And finally, the last one, number 8, I have an important contribution to make to the world. And I don't know what that is exactly. I would really like to get involved in the environment, ocean conservation, stuff like that. That's what I was hoping to start doing. If ever I can work within the scuba diving industry, that would be great. And if not, I'll have another job and I can do that on the side as a hobby. It's somehow that's going to happen. And beyond that, just being as pleasant, kind, and helpful to the people who are currently around me or within my sphere, social sphere, even if they're not physically here. Having some sort of contribution to the humans that are important to me. So that's it. I'm going to try and remind myself of these 8 things for the next 30 days. She was saying 30 to 60 days, but 60 days does sound like a scary amount of time. And it really has been 3 days that I've managed to try to consistently do these like mindset reset things. I am quite happy that this morning I did do a very small yoga session and a 20-minute cardio. An easy cardio, but nonetheless. I had to get up early today and earlier than normal. So like I had to be out the door by 8 a.m., which was like and I really just wanted to go back to sleep when I got home. I looked at the sofa and I thought, and I really had that moment of like, am I just going to turn the TV on and sit here for 3 hours? But I resisted that. I came to my bedroom here, to hide away from that bad area where a lot of time wasting has happened over the last few months. And it was like, I know I'm very tired. I didn't really sleep. I've probably had maybe 3 proper night sleep since I've arrived back here, which has been almost 3 months. So I'm just constantly tired. And I think just constantly being full of anxiety and worry, and just that is not helping the sleep situation. But for some reason, in the daytime, I think this is just because I have the place to myself and there's no noises and stuff waking me up. That is the only time that I do get a little bit of sleep. But that's really not sustainable. I can't just be sleeping during the day. So we're going to have to somehow work on that. I don't really know. But my point is, after all that, I got here into my room. I was like, okay, I'm not going to be watching TV. I left my phone outside. I'm not going to be doom scrolling. And then I laid down for about 10 seconds and went, okay, maybe I'll watch something I have my laptop. Maybe I'll watch something on my laptop, like a good content, something like Mel Robbins or something. I start like opening and I go, okay, we're gonna do a very short yoga. Put on, I think it was like 5-10 minutes or 6 minutes, something like that. A very short one. Yoga with Adriene, love her. I didn't even like follow along properly the whole way, just because doing it on my bed, my shoulders got a thing. Every time I do the downward dog thing, it like kind of hurts. So then I sort of was like just sort of stretching freestyle. And then it was like, okay, now I've got a bit of momentum. I did the 20-minute cardio video. Actually completed the whole thing, even though it was a very easy one. So I felt like, okay, we've got some momentum for today. Now we're going to watch some like positive content and maybe come to some sort of conclusion or whatever, brain reset. And now I'm making this video. So we've accomplished a few things today. Even if it does not mean I'm any richer, because again, I have no job. But that's what we've done, and I'm gonna go make lunch. And yeah, I'm gonna have a good day. That's the plan. And I hope you do too. So, peace.